What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JG's Lounge. Man, it's always fun doing new shows. And I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for you guys. The last few episodes have been, kind of preaching about how much I appreciate all you guys, all my followers, kind of helped me get big on the social medias. So shout out to all of you. And actually, the reason I say that as well is because my guest tonight has been following me for quite a while. Man, MSTC Design, man, go ahead and introduce yourself, dude.
Hello. So my name is Michael Sorello, and I'm a graphic designer. 20. Um, I'm going into my sophomore year of college, so that's exciting. And I'm just here trying to show my work overall, and he's giving me the great opportunity to do that first podcast and everything.
All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna break you in, show you how it's done. So man, tell me a little bit about where you're from. I know you're in Maine, correct?
Yes, I am from Maine. I'm from a small town. Yep, very small. So it's
Uh,
very hard, I guess you could say.
you say
Um,
small town. Is it a college town or no?
no, it's just very small. Uh like my high school had around like 500 kids in it. I had like 52 kids out of my graduating class.
That's
Like
small.
it's very small from where I am, you know what I mean? I've never really
Uh,
been out of Maine crazy, you know what I mean? So
so
social
you had
media I'm hoping is doing that for me.
yes. I mean, some of your views on TikTok, man. Some of your stuff has quite a few views. So
I mean, it does, but I'm still learning TikTok. That's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It because TikTok is like I guess what you're doing and like artists making music and they have something to show. But like for me, it's like photos and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to just pull like I guess shit out of my ass of like how to make stuff. But Instagram's my main go to though. That's for sure.
yeah, it's funny because I absolutely hate social media, but unfortunately,
Really,
that's where the world is now, man.
exactly,
The only way to get your name out there is on TikTok and Instagram, and
exactly.
hey, does it say anywhere on your screen about comments? Do you see a button for
Uh,
comments?
I see chat.
Yep. If you click on that, you should be able to see what people are saying. Spirit Medium Daniel says, I have an interview to do in 30 minutes, but he's eating dinner and he's watching us because he
Oh,
loves my show.
that's so cool.
Yeah. You see it?
Yep, I see
All
it.
right. Yeah. So throughout the show, as people pop on and off, if they join in the chat, say, hey, what's up?
Okay.
Um, but yeah. So, um, small town Maine, did you do, I mean, you're
Oh,
young. So
yes.
growing up, what was your lifestyle like? Mostly video
Uh,
games?
Honestly, like I'm, because I grew up like from like 2001 to like now, like you know what I mean. I've saw like I guess you'd say TV evolution, like how it changed and stuff. I used to watch it on box and like sitting on the ground, you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
like, oh, I mean, I would play outside. Didn't start playing video games and that kind of stuff till like yeah, middle school and then high school. So yeah, I mean, I had a typical life. I always did art, I guess you could say, drawings, but I never thought of like, oh, like, you know what I mean, to where I am right now. Like, I thought I was going to do business, landscaping, and then
Right.
a concussion. I had a concussion my sophomore year
Mm.
of high school, and I was very depressed. But I'm grateful that I had it now because it literally made me find graphic design because I
Oh,
just
really?
couldn't. Yeah, no, it's weird to say, but yeah, that concussion really brought me to where I am today, to be
Um,
honest.
so what happened to kind of make you want to get into art? Like you said, the concussion, but is there something
So,
that happened after it or before it?
so no, I would, because I've always thought creatively, you know, what I mean, I've always thought out of the box of just like stuff that I'm like, I don't know, typically I just don't, I feel like a normal person does not think like that. So, like, I would draw and I'm like, I'm not bad at it, you know what I mean? I'm pretty decent.
Mm,
Everybody's in my family good at drawing, it seems. But I went to CATSI, it's a vocational school in high
right.
school. So I went to the business side and I was like, I can't do this. It's not me. I'm going to go finish my math and get that out of the way. And then I went to CATSI and then they had graphic design and printing. That's where um, everything kind of just came together. You know what I mean? It was during the time I had to
Right.
pick what college I was going to. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. And COVID happened, right? Well, COVID was during this whole time, but we all got sent home for like 2 weeks, and I spent that 2 weeks of learning Photoshop. And when I did that, I started just uploading it on my Instagram. At that time, it was my personal account, not MST Designs. And then I was like, wow, people are liking my stuff, and like I'm enjoying it. Like it's just
Right.
it makes me feel good about myself and just how I can hold messages in them. And then it got serious. I won skills, or my area region skills for a T-shirt design, and I
Mhm.
won an iPad from that. And I was like, okay, I guess I am pretty good at it. I've only done this not even a year, and I beat second year students. So then I was like, I'm going to college for this. I guess it's creative, and I like it. And that's really what it came down to. It's going to be about 2 years in like October.
So I mean, that's awesome, dude. I mean, the fact that you said since 2001, I mean, I'm guessing that's when you were born.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ouch. I mean, I was born in '88. That's
But like yeah, I've seen technology. That's why I was saying
yeah.
like 2001, like yeah, it used to be big block TVs, and like
Mhm.
it's crazy now they're super thin, and like to me it's just like wow, like
I
I would
used to
never
have one.
imagine this.
I used to have one of those big block TVs, and it
Yeah,
was
and you
like
couldn't pick it
300
up.
pounds. It
Yeah, you
was
couldn't
heavy.
pick that up. No, you couldn't. You throw your back out.
Spirit Medium Daniel said you found yourself, in the graphic design. So that's good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, and you said you won awards too. I mean, even that's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah, it was printing. It was for so COVID was a thing, sadly. So pretty much our state was like, no, we're not gonna have you guys compete in skills, which would um benefit me so much, but like COVID, so they're like, nope, we can't. And so that sucked. But I got a medal for like my area and stuff, but I would have gone on to skills, so that was exciting overall. So and that really pushed me, motivated me of like I could do something with this.
Mhm.
And Maine, luckily, Hudson University has a good like they have a radio station that is run by students that is very good. A broadcast, like I think
Mhm.
podcast as well, most likely, right? If there's
Right.
radio, there's podcast.
Yeah.
So they have that, and they've gotten a lot of awards. I can't even name them all. There's just so many, and they just opened a whole extended reality.
Mhm.
And the only other place that has this is like Disney, Pixar, like already established studios, or
Yeah.
Full Sail in Florida. And Full
Yeah.
Sail, you don't touch the equipment until you're a junior.
Yeah. I've heard of mostly what I've heard is Full Sail.
Yep, and that's our competitor. Husson is
Mhm.
competitors with Full Sail.
Okay. So we talked about podcasts there for a second. So Kevin from the Randomness podcast said that he feels so old. Uh,
Hey,
these are guys that are about my age. So
that's all
Return
good.
of the
They
Critic.
must
Yeah.
have experience.
You ever seen Little Giants? The movie Little Giants?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So Return of the Critic says you look like Spike. I don't know how familiar you are with it, but Spike was like this real
The kid.
buff, like teenage kid.
Yeah,
Spike Terror.
actually,
Um,
that's kind of funny.
yeah, that is funny, man.
Ugh.
So what is your intentions after college? I mean, are you trying to get picked up by like Pixar or DreamWorks or
Honestly,
Disney?
whoever wants to pick me up, because I mean I showed you that movie poster that I haven't posted yet, but I make those for the fun of it, of like, hey, if they do see it, it's like, because I'm not gonna lie, some of these posters I do make convince me of like, oh, this is like it could be real. So
Right.
like that's how I know like it's very good, because
Mm-hmm.
it literally trips me out. Or sometimes I'm like, did I literally just make this? Like how? What the hell? Like I surprise myself, and that's how I know my art's good.
Yeah.
But
It,
record label, I guess you could say, is where I'm kind of looking for the cover arts.
yeah. Yeah. Um, that's really cool, dude. Because so is MSTC Design just your thing right now,
Um,
or do you
what do
work
you?
with people? Like, is it a company or is it just you?
No, so MST Designs is me, but I'm part of a small record label, Alien Head Entertainment, and they're very small. They're trying to establish and find artists in Maine that have this talent of like music and stuff. And I do. That's what started me with the cover art. I made one like a year ago of last summer, pretty much a little before this time during last year of summer, and I was scared, but I made the cover art. And literally, if I didn't do it for that kid and the whole thing, I wouldn't be doing cover arts. Like it's crazy, but
Yeah.
no, I do my own stuff, but I am part of a small record label, and we all help each other out because it's like if we help each other out now, at the end of the like in the long run, hopefully we're all gonna be good. You know what I mean? Some of them
Right.
are high school friends. Like one of them is I've known since I was little. His name is Dylan, and he was rapping literally in science class. I didn't know what I was doing, but we were freshmen, and he's rapping with all these different components of like chemicals, and it's like, bro, what? But it sounded good.
That's awesome. Return of the Crick says he needs a Return of the Crick's movie poster.
Dude, hit me up. I will do it. I don't care.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw you got a little kind of a package offer on your page too, is with all the pricing and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it.
I don't like that stuff. I just want to make art.
And see, for me, like I can draw, but when it comes to like trying to draw on the computer, I suck. I can do it on paper. I've designed my tattoos, but I can't. I mean, if you get me in front of Adobe or Photoshop, I mean, I can do layered stuff, but I can't get any more than that.
That's funny.
But I am old, so there's that. Is there a specific one that you want to see first, man?
No, it's whatever you want. You're the host. You pick.
I like this. I'm guessing this is a picture of you. Let's see. Let's open up here. It's not very bright though. I hate how not bright it is.
Some of them are not bright, but okay, yeah. So this one, I did. I think around the time for like mental awareness, and you know what I mean. Just people that are battling with stuff and they feel silent within themselves. You know what I mean. Not able to speak because of their mental illness and stuff. Like I mean, even I have that. Like I think everybody can. It's just showing a message of like we all feel silence here and there. I know it's very dark, but like it's the truth. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by that art. I want people to understand that.
And what's going on in the image? I see that your lips are sewn shut.
Pretty much like my mouth is like, yeah, you can't talk, and like you feel like you're trapped. Yeah, it's just not being able to talk. It's just it's dark. It really is, but
well, it's got a message though, and that's what matters. And if when it comes to art, you kind of have to have a message. You don't want to someone be like, I saw something that was like this, so I did this.
Yeah, people would probably think I have some issues, to be completely honest.
Everybody's got issues, man. Everybody's got issues. It doesn't matter who you are. You got issues.
Yeah, we got our demons, that's for sure.
There's not one person watching right now, all four of them, that doesn't have personal issues, man. There's a dark past behind everybody, dude.
Oh, for sure.
And especially as young as you are, and not to try and be, an adult talking down to you or anything, but seriously, man, if you're lucky to go through life and count 5 friends that have been there through your whole life, like true friends, and I mean you want to talk about deep, that's real talk, man. You got friends now that, in 20 years you're gonna have no idea where they are,
and that's what's scary. That's what's scary, to be completely honest, but you can't do anything about it, I guess.
No, I mean, here's my thing. I'm nice to anybody until they give me a reason not to be. It doesn't matter who you are. I
respect that one. I do. I get that one.
It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I can get along with you until you give me a reason not to. That's
yeah, literally, that's how I am. That's how my dad brought me up, at least. Of like, yeah.
All right, so you did talk about some fan art. I love this one right here, man. This looks really good. The Doctor Strange one.
So okay, I was scared. I was like, there's gonna be so many good ones. But pretty much they did a contest before Doctor Strange came out of like a fan art doing some art. It could be drawing, it could be like a sculpture, it could be literally anything. But I wanted to do a movie poster. And so I did that. I did the contest. And honestly, when I first did it, I think I had the best one for the longest time. And then someone came out with one of theirs and I was like, damn. But of course, he had like 57,000 followers, and I was like, and then of course Disney recognized him because he has more followers than me, so I was like, oh, rip in the chat, but hey, that thing is sick. It took me like 3 days. I took 3 days because I wanted to take my time with it, but yeah.
No, it's epic. That looks really good, man.
Sick.
It's really good.
It's still mind blowing.
And so, do you enter a lot of contests with your artwork?
Um, I did with this guy called I think his name is Benny Productions, I think it is, and he's like I think he's from like London. I don't know. He's not really from here, but he's a very big graphic designer and stuff. And I did one of his, I think, and everybody did the same concept of it was during like Christmas. It was like a Christmas theme edit, and I wasn't that good when I did it then, but nah. Overall, I think I've done two. I think that's it. I kind of just do my own thing. You know what I mean?
You know, and the only thing that I've noticed as far as TikTok goes, if I post one post a day and I'm consistent with it, just like doing my shows weekly, if I'm consistent,
Yeah,
my following just slowly starts to go up, and it's
that's what
worked.
I've seen too for me.
Yeah,
But
it, it's just yeah, you got to be consistent though.
3 videos a day, bro. That's crazy. I no.
I do 1 to 2. You know, I try
No,
not to
me
get too
too.
crazy.
Yeah, one or two is a max because
I
it's
even,
like,
and it's funny when I was like trying to get to 1,000 followers, and I'm like, because I want to go live, and I did it, and now I've gone live like 3 times because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I mean, I have a concept that I'm getting ready to do, but it's
mm,
not ready. Um, I don't know. Have you searched through like TikTok lives at all?
yeah.
Um, there's not really many like weekly game shows. So I'm
Oh,
creating
true.
I'm working on a game show with some podcast buddies and some comedian friends of mine, and we're going to do an improv show, a 30-minute improv show once a week on
That could be
TikTok Live.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. There's nobody else doing it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
So,
you
but
might
yeah,
got something there.
yeah. I mean, I hope so. I've done it before on another app that fell through, and I was actually sponsored through the app, and
What
then
was the app?
Ibble.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Probably. I mean, it's kind of it's a pretty shitty app. I mean, it's new and they're trying, but they're just going the wrong direction. And but I was getting like 300,000 follows a week.
Jeez.
Yeah, I did find this looking for some bad graphic art here. How about this?
No.
It looks like it's like the back of a ambulance truck or something. As an old lady stretching, and the handlebars are her nipples.
No. That is pure. That's
That
horrible.
was intentional. That had to be intentional. Somebody did that on purpose.
Yeah.
So are you? I'm guessing there's other people there watching you right now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Awesome. I could tell. That's fine. I had a guy on a couple weeks ago, and his daughter kept jumping on his lap in the middle of the show.
Oh.
Let's get into some more of your stuff here, dude. This one, it's gonna be dark, but I love the artwork on this one right here. It actually kind of gives me like a Mario vibe.
Oh, I agree with you on that. And I
I
also got
love it.
Plants vs Zombie. You know that
Yeah,
game?
I get that
I
vibe too.
I
Definitely.
got that. So the fun story. So pretty much, I've never done this, but pretty much a person was like, "Hey, do you want to turn this sketch into something in Photoshop?" And I was like, I was scared. I was like, I've never done that. Like typically, I just do it on my own and stuff. But
Mhm.
I'm glad I did it. Like, I mean, you paid me, so I was like, I'm gonna do it for sure. But if I mess up, I'm giving your money back because that's just nah. I don't want to do that. So, but I nailed it.
I was gonna say,
That's for sure.
was that like more of a challenge for you? I mean,
Yeah, due to the fact of like, how do I make a plant look realistic? You know what I mean? Like, how do I make him look? I guess like that. Like what I
yeah,
did do. I don't know. When I was starting, I was like, I have no clue how I'm gonna do this. Like, how do I put a hoodie on him and pants and make him look? But that's when I was like, the power of blending must come in.
and that's
So
the next question because we go through these pictures and I'm like, oh yeah, those are cool, but what's the process, man? What's the
the
process of going into an image like from
finding
paper to this?
image, finding the images that will best fit it overall, and then I would say like it's just you throwing in the images, piecing them together like kind of like a puzzle, but sometimes it doesn't exactly work. So you kind of like make it work, I guess you could say. And then um, how I started overall though is I do the background first, and then I build the background and then I throw in the main character. So the subject is that plant, but I
Yes.
started with the background and then the mushroom, and then I built the other mushrooms behind it, and then I started working on him, the flower. The hoodie I did last because he was like, "Oh, can you add a hoodie?" And I'm like, "Um, I guess." And I did it. Like I don't know how. I just the power of blending, really, and lighting. You know what I mean? And then once I add like more of the details, like the fireflies and the mushroom on the bottom and stuff. That's when I add. That's when I do the lighting again. But because I do shadowing and then pretty much the last step is I do lighting and just making sure I didn't miss any parts. And then I do camera raw filter, which is I love it because it just brings it all together. Like the basic of colors, temperatures, values. You know what I mean?
Right. And I don't know if you ever thought about it. I mean, but have you ever thought about offering up your artwork to people getting tattoos?
No, because I have not. No.
I mean, if people gave you ideas and were like, "Hey, here's something I'm interested in doing on my body. Can you draw something?" Like, look how in depth that is. There's artists that can do that
I mean,
on skin.
I did try to do a tattoo design, but honestly, I failed. To be completely honest, I just know I didn't do too well drawing it wise.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just didn't do it. And I didn't really find it. I don't know. I want to do my own tattoos for me, but like I don't even know how would I don't know. Like that's what I mean. I just
it
don't
goes on
know.
your body forever, man. Don't just get a basic
Ex-
tattoo. It's gotta have meaning.
exactly. No, exactly. That's what I mean.
Hmm. All mine have, at least a story behind it.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking doing something with like positive quotes, if anything. I don't know. I want to
Mm.
be a positive like someone to look at me and be like they're having a bad day, they see this positive quote on me and they're like, oh man, I feel great. I don't know, it's probably not that simple, but I don't know.
Nah, it is what it is. I mean, you can't focus on making people happy. Just doing
Yeah,
things with good intention is all it takes, man.
true.
It's funny, I mentioned Mario, and when I was looking at that image, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any cool Mario pics. Look at this zombie Mario thing going on here.
I'm not gonna lie, the blending is pretty good on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
No.
I've always liked Yoshi.
Yeah, I would actually have to agree
Yeah,
because his tongue would stick out. As when we were kids, we would always just do that button, just make his tongue stick out.
right. I used to play Mario on the old school Nintendo, like the just original Nintendo.
Bro, my dad was all about that too. I actually, so I went camping, right? And I tried
Oh, you
playing
said
it.
tried. You said tried. I don't like it.
I tried. I literally could not do it.
Like you couldn't get into it because it just was too low graphics.
That and like I personally couldn't see what I was doing. Like, no, it was so hard. But then like my uncle was literally just and I'm like, what the hell?
That stuff was competitive back in the day, man.
Oh, my dad literally loves it. That's for sure.
I still have a bunch of Super Nintendo games.
And they're small. Like it was so small.
No, the Super Nintendo games were like these. They look like tape cassettes,
The
and you had to
the
blow into them and then stick them into the machine.
the one that my uncle had, it was like a small one, but it had like over I don't even know how many games. It had a lot of games though. It was like a smaller one.
Are you talking about like a GameCube or
No, it
like
was an
the Game Boys, the little handheld Game Boys?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know I
I
wasn't
mean,
good.
that's like '90s, so I guess yeah. I mean, that was before
I
you, I
wasn't
guess.
good. I mean, I wasn't good at it. That's all I know. Okay, I really wasn't.
Have you traveled a lot, or do you mostly just stay around Maine?
The only so we used to go to like Florida and stuff. Last time we went to there was like 2016. Um, and then I went to Canada in eighth grade. Like leaving Maine, that was really, yeah, no, that was it. I've been to Disneyland like probably like 6 times through my life though.
Never been, so you got me on that one.
But Canada once, and that's it really.
uh this is another one of the fan arts. I really like this, man. This
Yeah,
Wally's good. This is a great movie too. There's a lot of
exactly,
there's a lot of truth of where we are going in life in that
exactly.
movie.
No, I was like, oh, this is a classic movie from my childhood, and I'm like, I know for a fact it's a classic for other people. And if you've never seen this movie, what was your childhood then? You know what I mean?
I
So
don't know if it's a classic. I mean,
what
classic for
I
me is
would
like 1970s like Disney
this is
movies.
this is a classic for me. Okay, I grew up
it's
watching this.
it's a good one. Actually, one of my favorites. So first off, Beauty and the Beast, which is like 1970 something, the original one. Love it. I don't know why,
No,
I just do.
no, no, that was my sister. Nope.
But then my second one was Ice Age, the original Ice Age.
Okay, yes,
Absolutely loved Ice
yes,
Age. I watched it like
yeah.
35 times.
No, that's a good one. I will agree with you on that one.
So why Wally? Why'd you pick Wally?
So yeah, because I liked the movie a lot, and it had a lot of messages in it, and I was like, this movie deserves a little love, I guess, and I like doing that to older movies, especially ones I just grew up watching and loved. So I was like, I just want to bring it to like, I guess, life and just showing what I would do if I made a cover art for it. So yeah, I just wanted it to be very different because typically the posters seem to have just that blue and I don't know, it
Mhm.
was very boring. So I was like, I want to add a little purple. I like lavender. I like purple. I like my edits typically that I do that have purple are just very good
Yeah.
compared to my other edits. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. I'm really good with purple. I just blend it so well.
Yeah. The story, like I said, about behind Wally and like just the human civilization just floating around on a ship waiting for the time to come
Mm-hmm.
back,
No, exactly.
and the real reality of all these just obese humans riding around on little chairs on a spaceship is
Yeah.
that's where we're
And
going, man.
I watched it recently, so that also helped me of like, oh, I should make something. Sometimes that happens. I'll watch a movie and I'm like, oh, what is the cover? What does the poster look like for this movie? And I'm like, if it doesn't look good or it's just really out of date, I'm just like, I want to make a new one.
Can you can you get in trouble for doing these?
Honestly, I've heard like you could, but then you can't if it's a fan art. And I'm not using it for anything else. Literally, it's just
Yeah, you're not making
fan
money
art.
on it.
No, yeah. So like, if I was like trying to sell this, if someone like I could purchase this for myself, like
But
and
you
put it
would
on
you
my own
have to
wall.
buy it from them basically? Like this
I
image?
I don't know. It's on Google, like you know what I mean. It's there, so I'm
Mhm.
just like, as long as I'm not making profit from it, I think I'm fine
Yeah.
overall. I mean, like you see other fan arts, and it's like also I'm small compared to them, so like I don't know. I don't think they'll do anything, and if they did, then that's a rip in the chat on my part, I guess.
I think that the worst they would do, like if you were to just,
Take it down,
yeah, hey,
like
just take it down, man. And then if
yeah,
you continue to be a lot worse, but yeah,
yeah, exactly. So I typically try to stay away from them, but overall, like I don't know, I just like doing it, so I tend to just make them, and yeah.
it's
Same with
good.
public figures. Like you make an edit with a public figure's face, they're a public figure. So like there's no
Right.
reason why you can't. I know some people that have made like stickers of like Spider-Man for an example. And I've commented on their TikToks and I'm like, bro, wouldn't you get in trouble for that? Or someone drew like Bert Simpson and all of that on like dollars
Right.
money. And I'm like, that's defacing it, isn't it?
That's a federal
And
offense in its own if you were
exactly.
to get
But
caught.
yeah, but like he has all these followers and he's defacing money, but he's having people buy them. I don't get that. That I don't get.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
surprises me. So
You
I'm
know,
fine, I guess.
I guess yeah. I mean, even like hashtags and like
Yeah,
taking somebody's hashtag, or yeah, you use somebody's image to try and get exposure. You know,
yeah, pretty much.
and even music now on TikTok. You know, if you use somebody's audio, you can get in trouble for it. You know, it's
Yep.
just stupid. Dude, this one is awesome. This
Yes.
what's the story behind this one, man?
Pretty much. I think at this time, I mean, I just really thought the world was going to shit overall. Like, I mean, everything that was just happening. Uh, I don't remember the time, like the time frame of when I made it. So, but during that time, there was probably something going on where I felt like I should make a an edit or design of this and having a message behind it. And it's just like if we don't take care of our planet, like literally, this is what it's gonna lead down to of us. Like, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it
Like,
is. It's going that way. I mean,
so
the way the temperature is going and just
exactly.
disasters.
So that's what I thought. It's just like if we don't take care of our planet and nature, this is where we're gonna be. And personally, I don't think we would want to live like that.
Hmm. I mean, that would be a great phone wallpaper too. I
Really?
like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. What's the idea behind the helmet? Just kind of like the atmosphere being ruined and like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
capture that idea.
yep. Of just being like, you can't even breathe our own air because of how thick. Like, you gotta imagine how thick it is from the smoke, and like
Hmm.
it's just not. It's not clean air. That is for sure. It's literally orange.
It's already bad, man. I mean,
Oh
you don't see
yeah.
it, but our air is so toxic.
Oh yeah. I'm lucky to be in Maine for the most part. We don't really have bad pollution.
No, no. And I mean, you said you're in a small town, you know.
Yes, no, like our biggest city is like Augusta near me, and overall, I mean, that's not even that bad. But
Hmm.
nah, I'm literally in the trees, bro.
Yeah, I'm in Kansas City, and it's I mean, I'm not in the city. I'm in like suburban Kansas City, but even where
Yeah.
I'm at's pretty super populated. So I've traveled a lot. I love the country. You know, I would love to. My idea, honestly, would be go to like Montana or something up northwest.
Have you been to Maine or no?
No, I haven't been up in that little
No.
corner. I've been to 43 states in Canada.
Come
But
during like fall, you will not regret it.
is there mountains up there?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but if
see,
you if you come during fall, like it's beautiful.
yeah, I can imagine, and
Yeah,
you
the
know, it's an
leaves.
isolated state, really.
A lot of old people. Let me just say that it's like it's a retirement home. Like that is for sure. People come here during summer and then they go back to like Florida typically. Like where
Yeah.
I am, I'm in a older towns and our house is a lot older compared to these other buildings now, but these buildings that we have near us are like huge. There's some mansions and they're just worth millions. Like it's crazy.
There's some around here too, and they get super expensive. And
Oh
I don't
yeah.
see how some people can. I mean, I don't need 35 rooms. You know,
Exactly. Like if I was rich, why would I do that? It
I
makes
would
no
invest my
sense.
money into things that besides rooms that I'm not going to use.
Exactly. Maybe
I
invest into myself or my
Yeah,
career, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. You know, put it back into. You know, if I was making money like
Yeah,
that, I'd be investing into this. You know, get my
exactly.
show out there. So, and it's been good. You know, I've been 2 years. I went from nothing to where I am now, and I've had some pretty big name people on, and I only started to just chat with people, so it's become
That's
a
funny.
thing. Yeah, I did find this. I thought this was pretty funny. It's a fire extinguisher sign, blowing fire out of it.
What? Interesting. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say.
it's a bit of a
What?
contradiction there.
Good thing they picked red, though. I'm gonna give them
Yeah,
that. That's for sure. It
they put
really draws
fire
your
extinguisher
attention.
on it. It's kind of hard to put fire out with fire, but I mean, hey,
I mean,
that would be kind of a cool prop just to mess with people.
oh yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, man, don't do stuff
That's
like that.
interesting. Nah. I wonder if they got fired.
Yeah, or they're just special, and they didn't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, yeah, we'll just put it out there.
I this one right here, the come on, load up. This is also a really, really good one.
Oh yes,
I like not just the image itself, but kind of
but
how you
how?
do that paper
Mm-hmm.
look, that old paper look to it.
Yeah.
What's the story
Uh,
behind this one?
it was. I pretty much like. I think I worded it simple but powerful, and I don't know. It was more of like isolation, your inner beauty, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? With the
Mm,
angel wings and how. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the peace and making it old just gives it the whole vibe of like. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it all was, but it was something about like inner peace and um, self love and just knowing you know what I mean? I
right.
guess, and your worth, um, and stuff like that.
Definitely a positive vibe from it. You know,
Yeah,
you got this field. You got a lady facing away too, and I mean you don't even have to have the the facial features to know that it's just
No.
and it's very calm, peaceful vibe to it. There's nothing that screams out like dramatic. It's very
No.
peaceful. So yeah, that's you definitely capture it. That's another cool thing is that you actually have like emotion that you want to put into each one of your images.
Yeah, I hope that people can actually see it, if that makes sense. I feel
Hmm.
like some people don't, but I don't know. Like, it's hard to not. I guess you can say, like, it's not that hard to really realize of like what's this meaning in it. And the thing is like it can mean, this art can mean something different to you than it does to me.
Right.
I guess like that's how I want my art to be, is like however someone's feeling that day, they can look at it and be like, oh, this is what I get out of it.
Hmm. Do you feel accomplished when you finish stuff and have this is your final
Yeah, it
product?
shocks me. Like I was telling you about the other one, it's like, wow, I made that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I made this.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is. And it's like,
That's how
whoa,
that's how I feel about cooking. I went to culinary school when I was in
there
high
you go.
school, and I got out of there and went right into the restaurants, and I loved it, man. I mean, just
Yeah,
making product that somebody eats and enjoys.
exactly. And
It's an
like
art.
when I make these things and I see, like, that's the biggest thing on the social media is like, I put this out there and people are saying stuff about it. It really, it makes me feel good because it's like, you're understanding it. You really care for what I'm doing, and you understand what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just makes me want to keep going.
Well, I mean, it's working for you. You're coming out with these images that are amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. And let's see here. What else we got? What's the story behind this rose?
So this was for the NFL player, Alexander Madison.
Hmm.
Um, so I was just so grateful to be able to make a cover art for an NFL player. I would never imagine that
Hmm.
happening, but it did. And the rose is just the symbol of his song of just falling, like the love. Um, and the petals falling, you know what I mean, represent that love, yeah, falling apart pretty much. So that's what
Yeah.
I did. It wasn't the first concept either. Actually, we made another one before that, which it was like of him in the clouds falling. But
Right.
then we did another one. He was like, "Oh, I wanted something with a rose," and I'm like, "I got an idea," and that's what I did.
Oh, so you actually worked with him to do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
No, yeah, I got his phone number and everything. I feel so good because it's like, wow,
Yeah.
crazy. No,
So,
yes, but yeah, I was talking to him and that's what we made. So yeah.
what did he do with it? Do you know?
He no, he put it on. Well, I mean, he used it for his song because that's pretty much, he hit me. Or I hit him up because I have this artist named Big Stun. He's been helping me.
Mm.
Because I'm from Maine. Like, it's very hard. He's in Cali and he made the connection. He helped me. He's like, I know a guy that does cover arts. So I followed him. NFL player followed me back finally, or I mean, like a month ago now at this point. But he followed me back, and then I was like, hey, so we have a better communication. Could I get your phone number and stuff so we can make it? And then I got his number, and then we started making it. So his song is out on like Spotify and stuff. It's a very good song. I'm not gonna lie. And another thing I learned is like a lot of NFL players do make music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really didn't know that, but yeah. So when that happened, I was just like, wow, this is crazy. And he put it on his Instagram story. Like, he did it as a coordinator, or yeah, is it coordinator where you're
Yeah,
like,
a collaborator.
thank you. So
Yeah.
he did that on his feed. So that was good. Overall, it was just
Yeah,
so
dude.
cool.
And one thing for me as a podcaster too is when I reach out to people and I'm like, I'm probably not going to get them, but I'm going to try anyways. And then it
Yeah, shoot your
happens, and
shot,
I'm like,
man.
dude, it worked.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I've got buddies that podcast and they're too scared to reach out to people. I'm like, dude, if you're not
Yes,
gonna, if you don't try, then you're not gonna get anything.
exactly. Like, that's the thing. It's like people think, like, people look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're making mad connection." It's because like I'm just throwing myself out there. I get denied. I get denied. I don't care. Like, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Like, I probably won't even wake up tomorrow. You just don't know. So it's like live the day. Like, you just don't know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't think I was gonna get an NFL player. You just don't know. You don't. So I just shoot my shots.
You definitely don't have problems talking to people. I mean,
Mm-mm.
you reach out to me, and we've chat since we followed each other on Instagram. So
Exactly.
and
No,
we got our own lives, but there's some people are fine with talking to people, and some people aren't. Unfortunately.
that's fair. Hey, if and I was hoping like through this podcast, maybe other podcasts would be like, hey, he's a cool dude to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't care.
It's there's so many podcasters out there, and
Oh,
there's so many
exactly.
different styles of podcast. Um, Interviewing isn't like my number one thing, but I'm not
No,
I'm not terrible at it, so
no,
I
you're
don't
pretty
mind
good.
doing it. I don't mind doing it to help people out. It's not like the main style of what I do,
No, I get
and
that.
but I mean, like I said, this is going well. There's nothing wrong with how it's going. It's just a little steer in a different direction for this episode.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I get that. It's
Mhm.
very different, but it's okay to do different here and there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't
That
have
is
to
for
have a
sure.
niche. I definitely don't have to have a niche. And I don't,
No,
that's one thing about being solo is I don't have to talk to 3 other dudes to make sure it's okay to do one thing. I just do it.
exactly. You just do it. Yeah, nah.
And hey, I started getting bands to follow me on Instagram, so I started a second show where I actually interview bands and we go through songs, like their actual
That's
music, and
actually
talk
cool.
about their music. It's the coolest thing.
See, but I've never found podcasts that talk about, I guess you could say, art, like what
Mhm.
I do. So I don't know. So when you were like, oh, you talk about anything, I was like, sweet, this is probably a good start for me to
Mhm.
get my foot in the whole podcast and having
Yeah.
other podcast people see me.
It's a good way to get exposure, man. It really is.
Oh yeah,
As many of them as there are out there. And one thing for me is that's how I've grown. I just reach a guest, I get a few followers off that guest, and
yeah.
and then I just get new people, more followers, and that's how I've gotten to where I'm at. So,
Actually, yeah, I saw you. You grew at least since last time I saw you. You grew around over 100 followers, I think. Since
hmm
before I went camping and then I came back and I looked at your following, I was like, wow, you shot up
yeah,
like over 100. So
yeah. No,
congrats on that, man.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's funny because I thought that the shows would be my big exposure, but it's the little clips that I post that get more
No, that
exposure.
yes, that makes sense. Yeah, like TikTok and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, which is fine
Oh,
because if I have a 1 hour episode and I'm posting 1 minute clips, I've got like 75 episodes or more than
exactly.
that. And so every day I'm like, I just make a minute clip. It doesn't matter what episode, I just pick one. And it's somebody I had on 4 months ago or, last
I,
week.
I'm curious how your editing's gonna be with our thing. I saw your editing. You're pretty sneaky with it. Like you're good. Like I'm like,
I,
wow.
yeah, I trim out the extra talk and try to
Oh yeah.
compress a story into 1 minute. And it is tricky, but it's fun. I love doing it
Oh
because I
yeah.
can trick it into being a funny, even if it was a serious conversation, I can make it funny in a way.
Yeah. Hmm.
So thank you. I appreciate that. I
No, I
can't.
saw it. I was watching your TikToks, I think last night, and I was just like, okay, there was one dude that you were interviewing. I don't know who it was, but it was funny. But I saw when you cut it, and I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
I try to blend it. I try to blend it. That's why I'll try to throw pauses in because if when I get to talking, if I don't throw pauses in, it's harder to break the
Oh yeah.
segments. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And besides this, this is on my laptop, but
Mm.
everything else I do, all of my distributions, all my clips, I do on my phone. I literally do everything on my phone besides this.
What do you use for an editing software?
It's called InShot.
InShot. I think yeah, that's
INSHOT.
on the iPhone, right?
It's on my Android, but I'm pretty sure it's on both.
Huh. Okay.
And
CapCut's good too, though.
CapCut, yeah, my son uses CapCut for his
Yeah.
TikTok stuff. InShot's like that, but it's a little easier to layer stuff, at least to me.
Yeah. Okay.
And literally, after this, I'll go on YouTube and I'll just screen record, a 4 minute segment and then compress it. And
Okay.
on InShot, and that's what I, distribute.
There you go.
But enough about what I do. What
Oh,
about
okay.
this image right here of the girl looking off into the sky?
This one
And
really, this one really didn't have a. I think I just did this just for the hell of it, I guess you could say. But fun fact, someone actually when I made this, I think probably a couple days later, someone DM me was like, "Hey, is this image good to use?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I really like it. Could you put me in there instead of the girl for a cover art?" And I'm like, "Sure. Send the money over, and I'll do it right for you." So I made a cover art based off this image. Actually, it's kind of funny. Never had
no
that
shit.
happen. No, that's the funny story behind that one. Yeah, literally, it was just an edit. I thought it was beautiful. You saw I have the purple in there, like I was
Hmm.
telling you about. The sky's just beautiful, and it was just for fun and just yeah. And then the guy came up and he was like, "Hey, I would like to make a have you make a cover." And I was like, "Sounds good, man."
No, and so do you make a little bit of money off of your images? Do people actually reach out to you to do artwork for them?
Yes, it was like I was saying with his name is Big Stone and my friend Bill, and them that I make cover arts for. Bill is more like Maine area, so he helped me get people that are from Maine, and I made the cover arts for them and stuff. And then Big Stun, I have a special deal with him that I do with just him. But pretty much what I do for him is more or less the exposure. He gives me the credit all the time. He's kept his part. And from that, though, the people that follow him come to me and I charge them, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what I do because I would rather build a friendship with this guy, I guess you could say, compared to these smaller guys
Right.
because he can help me. And he did. Like, he got me the NFL player. Like, same with the NFL player. I did it for free, and all he did was tag me, give me the credit of everything. But whoever was following him that wanted cover arts will come to me. I charge them unless they're actually friends with this artist. But typically, like Big Stun, he tells me to send him the image if they try to say, "Oh, I work with Big Stun," blah blah blah. So I don't get screwed over pretty much. So Big Stun
Yeah.
just kind of confirms it for me.
That's awesome, dude. He's the one in Cali or Maine?
Yeah, he's from Cali, and then I have my friend Bill Rideout. He is from Maine. But Bill is the one that started everything out for me. Like made the first cover art for him, and then he has three other artists. And yeah, we kind of stick together. I make the cover arts for them, and because as of right now, I think I have the biggest following, so I'm trying to help them get other people see them. You know what I mean through my connections.
Right.
So yeah.
That's and how did you meet him?
Who Bill?
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the graphic design program actually at CATSI. So that's how I met him. He went for graphic design.
That's awesome, man.
Yep. And then he just DM'd me. He was watching my page. At this time, I had probably like 500 something followers, but he was watching my page and he just hit me up saying, "Hey, have you ever considered a cover art?" And I was like, no. And I was scared. And he said also a cartoon version. I should have sent you the photo so you could have saw it. But nah, yeah. So I did that. And I was scared. He paid me for it. I didn't have any price range or anything. I think he just gave me like $50 for it, something like that.
That's awesome, man.
And um, yeah, and the rest is literally history. It's just what it is from now.
Awesome, dude. Would you ever do clothing, something like this?
Right here, look, I got one, but
What do you got? What you got? Let me see it.
right here,
Oh,
my
nice.
this is just a sample version, pretty much of it
Mm-hmm.
to try it out. But
You see this? It says it's supposed to say "Don't worry, be happy."
nah, yeah, I don't think they did the job, dude. That's funny, actually. That I bet you that happens more often than not. To be completely honest, I
Oh yeah.
bet. Oh, I'd be so
I'm
pissed.
pretty sure there's a blooper. Like I know there's like discount clothing stores that get like blooper or clothes that are just messed up.
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah. There's got to be.
Oh, that
Don't
one
be
would fit
happy. Worry.
that one would fit it. That's for sure.
I would wear it.
uh, I can't say I would.
I've got nobody to impress, man.
I
I'll
mean,
just
hey,
be myself.
you would get a lot of eyes on you. That's for sure. They'll be like this. What's up with your shirt? Oh, nothing.
All right, I think we got one more image of yours here, man. Let's see.
Wow, already?
Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let me know which is yeah, it's not too dark. The graphics are a little distorted as far as me zooming in, so I'm trying to
That's
not.
fine.
But it looks really good, dude.
Yeah, people. I actually didn't even base this off not Doctor Strange. Stranger Things. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
kept saying Stranger Things, and I was like,
That's just the
okay,
timing, you know.
yeah, no, but
Popular,
it was the story of this one was the monster in your closet or like even under your bed when you were a kid.
right?
Everybody's been told that the monster in the closet. Like I remember when I was a kid, I had a closet back in my house, and like I think it was in Hollowell, and like it was a big closet, like long, and nah, stayed away from that. I don't like basements either. Like basements scare me.
I grew up in the basement, and I
Nah.
remember like I'd watch a scary movie, and then I would turn the lights on until I got to the basement and I saw my bedroom door, and then I'd go turn the bedroom door light on, and then I'd go back to the other end to turn the lights off so I had the light from my bedroom so I could get back across the
Yep.
basement to my room.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
But
I think that's a common fear though as a kid.
at least, and that's what it was for me at least. And I mean, the basement for me still. So
Mm.
if I get a house, it's not having a basement. That's all I got to say. If
Well,
I
you don't have to
can,
worry about tornadoes up there in Maine, so
you got a point. Yep.
yeah, if you don't have a basement here and a tornado comes through, it's just gonna take your damn house away, man. You guys don't really. Well, I guess you do get like some
We do
the
get
back
little
end of
like
like hurricanes and stuff
we
like that,
get
right?
the wind, and the winds can be pretty bad though. But yeah, nothing like a tornado. That's different.
But you're
We
also
get ice
in the
storms
woods.
though. No, but we get bad ice storms. That is for sure. We don't even get a lot of snow anymore like we used to when I was a kid. We get ice though. Like and that stuff breaks trees left and right. That
Is
is for
that like
sure.
skate across your yard because there's so much ice?
Probably, honestly, yeah. Literally. You probably could.
We get a lot of snow around here. We've had a few ice storms.
It's just
Nothing. We've
weird.
had one intense ice storm that I can remember. And that was like way back in like '07. I mean, we've had ice storms since then, but not the same. Like
Mm.
to the point where it was literally like layers of ice on everything.
Last year or last winter, we didn't really get anything too bad, but I think it was like 2 years ago, like we did like literally trees were just covered and like you could see it hanging over the power lines and like of course during this time, yeah, junior year. So like we were like during COVID, so like all of our classes were Zoom, and I'm like, bro, those trees better stay off the power lines. You know what I mean? Because
That's
it
funny.
ain't gonna be good.
So what's your plans going forward, man? You still got a couple more years of college, right?
Yeah, if I can just keep paying for that crap, God. But yeah,
I
no,
mean, are you paying for it or are your parents paying
no,
for it?
I am. Yep, no, I am.
That's awesome,
So
man. That's good.
yeah,
And
it
that's not
makes it
cheap either.
harder. No,
That is
it does make it harder. But at the end of the day, it's like how I think of it is like I'm paying for this class, so it's like I do not want to miss this class because it literally is my money. I'm losing if I skip one class. Like that's the difference from high school and college is like you're there to actually learn and you're paying for this crap, so it's like you don't want to miss it.
So what do you do for work? Like, is it totally different than what you do as a hobby? Like, or is this a hobby or is this what you do for a career right
No,
now?
this is what I do.
Really? This is your what you do for work?
Mm-hmm. Or I do. I guess you can say landscaping here and there, but no, I prefer designing because I'm not killing my body and I don't want to. Like it's
Right.
no.
I do have one more here of
Okay.
yours. Let's see here if I can get it to upload before we wrap this show up. Let's see here. I use Google Drive for like everything, man. Literally everything.
Yeah.
Here we go. Uploaded just now.
I should probably go through all my files. I have so many. Like it
I need
just
to
builds
clear
up
some
so
stuff up.
fast.
So so I got some of your services here. I
yes.
wanted to kind of share that and give you an opportunity to kind of talk about these prices.
Uh So
Like,
cover
what is it like when comparing to like if you were to go somewhere else? Is it pretty competitive?
Um, I'm still kind of learning. Like, yeah, I want to say I'm still learning for sure, because like I was looking at my other competitors, but they're also my followers, I guess, right? Like we
Right.
support each other and stuff. But I'm just looking at them, and some of them are charging like 100 and stuff like that, and I'm like, the quality of my art is literally the same as theirs, but if I lowered it, I probably will bring in more people. But I'm just worried that sometimes my like the price might think people might like they might not think that like my art's as good based off like the price range, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing the price based off my competitors and they're charging a lot more for the same kind of level of
You
my art.
Yeah, you definitely want to still be like a reasonable price because like what you're doing is fine. Because if you go too cheap, that kind of takes away from the quality of what you're doing. People aren't going to think of
Exactly.
it as quality. They're going to think, oh,
No,
hey, here's something
exactly.
cheap I can get. You take pride in what you do, man, and you need
Mm-hmm.
to get paid for that. And yes, you can be competitive, but still charge a decent fee.
And the thing is when I make these cover arts, I bet you these other people that make cover arts don't even really listen to the music.
Uh,
Like I tell them, please send me the music because I listen to it and I really understand the message of what they're trying to say in their song. And I feel like a lot of people don't. They just make the art to get paid. Like I honestly, I don't mind if I get paid or not. Yes, it's helping me, but at the end of the day, it's like I love it. It's literally an art. Like I was showing you with like the world, like end of world, like the cover arts also have a message. I want them to really be personal to this song instead of something just that's just stupid, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, you get to these big corporate companies and they just want the dollar amount. Hey, what do you want? And they throw something together. It's probably something similar to what they've done with
Yeah,
30,000 other ones.
exactly. And it's just like I'd prefer to make it more personal and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I still shoot it out pretty fast, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What does that say?
So
1 to 2 days for photo
yeah, and
edits? Yeah.
but I even get it less than that. That's the thing.
You
I
know,
just did that just to be like, hey, give me some time. But I crank them out sometimes in an hour. Less is like 30 minutes, if anything. And they still look good. Like, I don't know how I do it, but I do.
you know what you should do is reach out to a lot of these. You get on Facebook, hit up these podcast groups, and offer some of this for their logos, or maybe you can do introduction like little 25-second intros for their shows.
Hmm.
And they'll pay you for it, man. I mean, I've always been artistic, so I do everything on my own, but I know there's tons of people who have no
Oh,
idea
yeah.
how to even start that.
Yeah.
I found that Tune Me app, and I did that with all my faces and that you see in the background, and it just kind of went into the brand of what I do.
Who made your logo, though?
Me.
Or that
It's
I
all
like
me,
it.
man.
It's nice.
Yeah, JG's Lounge. So the idea of JG's Lounge is my show style is to be like a guy's night out, relax and chat. And that's
That's
what
what I
all of my
get.
shows are. That's the way they're always going to be. So that's why I came up with the lounge idea for my content, like all my social media accounts, because I have two different shows.
Hmm.
Stardom is the idea that the most random things are what get big today. So and then the
Yes.
five faces on my logo art for Stardom represents the 5-star rating.
Okay.
Everything is rated these days with 5 stars, and it's a little ridiculous if you had me, which is why I have 5 different faces doing different reactions. It's just, so there's a story behind my logo too,
No, yeah. That's
and
good.
so it's just, I did it to have fun with it, and it's blown up, and I get to meet people like you every day. I'm
Yeah.
actually booked like 6 weeks out. I have been for months now because I enjoy doing it. So,
That's great. Like, it
I
really is.
yeah, I appreciate you following me. And I always want to show my support to my followers, which is this show turned out great tonight. I
Hmm.
hope that you are comfortable and that you had a good time.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. Honestly, it was just my first podcast, so I was like, I don't know what to expect.
And you're all like, "Hey, do I need to do anything?" No, man, just show up.
Yeah, do
I'll
I have
do
to
it.
like? Do I have to prepare for some questions of yours? Nope.
Well, I like throwing in questions, but I don't. But here's my thing: I don't want
I
somebody coming on
prefer
my
it.
show being like, "Hey, I'm getting interviewed today." No, I want you to come on my show like, "Hey, I'm going to be on a podcast." That's how
Yeah,
it is, and that's what it is.
and this is a podcast, so if anybody says that you weren't on a podcast, yes, I was. This is literally a podcast.
All right, hey man, where can everybody find you? Go ahead and give yourself a shout out before we wrap it up.
You could find me on Instagram at Mstc Designs, and yeah, that's my main one. I mean, I do TikTok and other stuff, but I mainly prefer Instagram and stuff. And yeah, that's where you'll find me. Learning
All right,
Facebook though. I
you don't
don't get
use Facebook?
Facebook. I don't get it. It's so hard.
It's so old.
Honestly, it is, man.
Do you remember MySpace or no? Are you familiar with MySpace?
No, not
That's
really.
before Facebook, man.
Yeah,
I
no.
used to have a MySpace. That's how old I am.
Jeez.
All right, hey Michael, man, it's been fun chatting. We'll always be in
Yes.
touch. I'll send you links as soon as everything's done and distributed.
Yeah.
And expect clips to get promoted on all the social medias, and you'll be tagged in
Sounds
all of
good.
that. And
Sweet.
to everybody that joined in tonight, to everybody who's listening in the future, I appreciate all of you. Michael, you have a wonderful evening, man.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you.
Yep.